my darling Fumi Nation. How are you? How are we? My name is Fumidesaluvold. For those of you that are stopping by for the very first time, you are so very welcome indeed. Well, my darlings, we are going to have the most fabulous summer splash meet and greet on the 20th of July here in the United Kingdom. Yes, my darlings, London to be precise, at the fabulous Novotel Hotel. As a matter of fact, we had the meet and greet for Fumi Nation at the Novotel Hotel last year. It's one of the most beautiful hotels in central London, and you can book your hotel for those of you that are coming from different parts of the world. I cannot wait to see you. It's going to be fantastic with music, with dancing, with food, with drinks. We're going to have our step or repeat. We're going to have our Q&A. There are games, there are prizes, there are vendors, there are brands, there are goodie bags. When I tell you, it's going to be fabulous. And above all else, the first time ever exclusive my brand will be launching. Tickets below, they're going very quickly. I am so humbled. I am so excited. And again and again and again and again, thank you for all of the love and support. And this is my way of just having this time together. And yes, I'm going to do my very best and make it a yearly event. Vendors, you're doing so well, so well. Yes, keep on coming through. Yes, we have spots for you. And we have, of course, none other than what? Healthy Hair Studio. Healthy Hair Studio. Oh, I live and love. I wear my hair out because it's summer and everything, so I wear my sunglasses. Where are my sunglasses? And when I tell you, I get asked every day at this point, I love your hair. I love your hair. I love your hair. I love your hair. Can I touch your hair? Is it your hair? I said, yes. I live and I love it.
Hi guys, my name is ENITAN, hair coach. I am UK's first ever hair coach and a trichologist. We are a team of trichologists and hair coaches here in W6 London, and we help those who are desperate and have tried and everything else has failed. We look after those who have chronic scalp concerns, flaky itchy scalp that's been going on for many years. We help those that have hair loss that has progressed instead of improved, and we help those that just generally want to have a better understanding of better quality hair, length, volume, and reduce that dryness. Visit us by clicking here.
Okay, my darling, so why are we here? I'll tell you why we're here. My eyes nearly jumped right out of my head when I read this, and I was like, what? It seems that Wendy's ex-husband, Kelvin, the court overturns Hunter's $7 million win tied to Wendy Williams' show. What does that mean for me? Well, let's read on. Kevin Hunter's $7 million lawsuit win against Wendy Williams' show producers reversed by federal appeals court. The U.S. Appeals Court have overturned Kevin Hunter's $7 million win against the Wendy Williams' show producers, sending the case back downstairs. Hunter, the ex-husband of TV personality Wendy Williams, initially filed a lawsuit against production company Debmar Mercury and producers Ira Bernstein and Mort Marcus, claiming marital status discrimination. He alleged that he was wrongfully terminated from his role as executive producer following his divorce from Wendy Williams in 2019. In his lawsuit, Hunter argued that his termination was solely based on his marital status despite his pivotal behind-the-scenes role in the show's success. He cited contributions to the key segments like Hot Topics and Shoe Cam, along with guest casting and marketing input. However, the producers sought to dismiss the claim, stating that Hunter's marriage to Wendy Williams specifically was not a protected class under New York state law. The Second Circuit agreed, citing a prior legal interpretation that marital status protection pertains to whether someone is married, unmarried, or divorced, not the identity of the spouse. The appeals court determined that Hunter's claim failed to demonstrate that he was targeted because of his general marital status, rather than his specific relationship with Williams. As a result, the lower court's in 2023 decision to deny dismissal of the lawsuit was reversed. The case is now remanded for further proceedings in the lower court, where Hunter will need to address the legal limitations outlined by the appeals court. Well, you know, I covered Wendy yesterday, and I told you from Don Lemon, because I watch him here on YouTube, Hot Topics was not an original from Wendy Williams, because we have Kelvin Hunter, who is claiming that he was the original of Hot Topics and Shukam. Hot Topics actually came from Barbara Walters. How about that? So it wasn't Wendy's.
And just so you know, my 10 o'clock show, my live show, 10 o'clock Eastern show called Hot Topics, it is an ode to the Wendy Williams Hot Topics. So I borrowed from her, which she borrowed from Barbara Walters on The View. But anyways.
I think I will say that it just became the biggest on Wendy's platform, because Wendy's platform was huge. This is a very unique situation where, Kelvin, you being fired is imminent, because if you have to cut the limb to save the body, that's what we're going to do. The star of the Wendy Williams show was Wendy Williams, of whom just on sight of looking at you caused huge distress, because it's not a classic divorce where we're parting ways, we're civil, and we're going to co-parent. You stepped out of the marriage. That was betrayal number one. You continued with the relationship in the face of Wendy, of which she was trying to hide behind the scenes. Number two, then you ended up having a child in that affair. Number three, and you think that it's fair for you to continue working in the same, on the same premises, in the same space as the star of the show, the hen that lays the golden egg, that we should allow you that when you betrayed her in such a way. The thing was that the lines became very cloudy, very muddy. You couldn't separate the lines because you went into a business with your wife. That is what happens when you have a married business. Translation, the couple are married. You can't separate the business because you are the business. And I do give you the credit that you are a huge contribution to Wendy. Huge contribution. But the thing here is, it would have been a completely different circumstance if it was somebody else. But it was Wendy. You are not the front line. You are the back of the kitchen. That's how we call it. Yeah, she was the front line, serving, dancing, entertaining the masses. Nobody, let me say for myself, I did not really know you. I only knew you because Wendy spoke of you on the show, as a television host does. You entertain, you tell stories. I even do it here. I talk about Adrian, I talk about Ula, because it's relatable to certain things that we talk about here on the show. And if we're talking about marriage, I can talk about that. If it's issues about having children, I can talk about that. I can talk about being a working mom. We can talk about funny things that happen. Absolutely. Do you think that I would be here, lipstick, hair and all, if I was having marital problems to the degree of what Kelvin was pushing onto Wendy on a daily basis? I don't think I would have made it. I think that I would have dedicated a good 90% of my time trying to torture on a daily basis whoever this woman was trying to come into my life. That's how I would see it. And yes, it is Kelvin's fault. Yes, you should focus on Kelvin. And that is why she, I'm sure, had said, I can't do it with this guy. Hell to the no. Every time when I see him, I want to cry. I really do want to cry. You just threw our marriage away. You threw our relationship away. All of the sacrifices. And no. That is not a healthy environment. And that's not a healthy environment for anybody's mental health. No way. No way. But they took it downstairs. You really want that 7 million? I'm just curious how much Wendy had. Because they had the divorce, he got his cut, and now he's scrambling for more. That's how it looked like to me. That's how it looks like to me. He wants more. He'll continue to come back because in his mind, he cannot let go of that 50 million that somebody whispered in his ear. And Wendy could have made that kind of coin. Wendy is still it. I miss Wendy. I miss her. There's so much going on that she would have commented on. and she is in a conservatorship that we are now finding out was a huge part of a shrink that she was seeing. She went to go and see somebody, I am sure, for her mental health, and it backfired because he let Wells Fargo know, and somehow they brought it to the court. It's so crazy to me because there are so many people that are unhinged and are walking and running around, and I don't think that they would ever be able to have done this to a man. But to a woman who does not have any support, yeah, it's just sad. It's just sad. Stay prayed up, Wendy. Stay prayed up, stay strong. It gets harder before it gets easier. And because you are fighting this, there will be somebody who will stand in your favor and say, let her go. My darlings, do not forget to like, to subscribe. Hit the notification button, my darlings. And I will see you what? I will see you sooner than later. All of my love. And I cannot wait to see you at our meet and greet. It's going to be fabulous. I'm lifting weights. I am lifting weights, and the weight is falling off. Heavy weights, as a matter of fact. And the tummy is just flattening out. I'm very excited. Bye.
Value of the information that we were given. So it's not overwhelming. It was very clearly laid out. It was accessible, even for someone that's not familiar with public relations.
Now I'm leaving, feeling more PR ready. What I thought I knew, I now know more. What I came to do, I've done so much more.
If you are serious about really growing your business or growing your brand, then like this is really this is a must.
And I love the fact that I came away from it feeling and knowing that I now have a clear pathway for the things I want to do next for my business.
I'm literally in awe.
I feel like I can pitch. There's so many platforms that I've wanted to go on, so many podcasts or just things that I thought I can only dream about. But in this retreat and just through the classes and the sessions, I really learned how to actually reach out to those platforms, to those huge platforms.
Know that when it comes to PR, Nina gonna put you together, okay? During our sessions, how she walked us through the playbook and she had us complete tasks. It gave us a sense of clarity.
Nina, you did that. You brought a group of amazing women together and you helped us bond, see our worthiness, and yeah, it was everything I could have dreamed of and more.
Yes, it's really been a unforgettable experience.
This is by far the most impactful few days I've had in a very long time.
Nina, you have no idea how profoundly your journey has impacted my journey.
Don't even think about not signing